Hi, my name is Mike Smith, CEO of Horizon Professional from www.eliteoptiontrading.com. This short session is really an overview about how to prioritize your trading development. It is absolutely essential that you continue to develop as a trader if you want to progress towards becoming that trader you want to be. The problem is, of course, is that sometimes developing as a trader often seems like a big thing to tackle. There are so many different things that you could be working on. So really what I want to do in this session is just give you an ABC of helping you to prioritize the sorts of things that you should be looking at. Now what I'm going to focus on is give you some information about two key fundamental drivers of what motivates adults to learn. And these are the relevance that an adult sees to learning something and problem solving, i.e. a problem is identified and then things are put in place to assist solving that problem. Much of the work on adult learning stems back to the 1960s, 1970s, about the differences between how adults learn and how children learn. And these two key issues of relevance and problem solving are absolutely fundamental in terms of getting adults off their backsides and starting to learn some stuff. When we talk about relevance, if we want to view things from a problem solving perspective, so what problems have I had in my past trading performance? And obviously that you don't want to repeat again. Or what problems do I have now and need or want to find an immediate solution so I can move forward with power? What problems, in light of the knowledge I have, in light of the systems I have in place, may I have in the future? Because I know I'm incomplete in my trading development. Because you think something may happen that you're not prepared for. So for example, if you'd begun to learn how to trade after GFC, after the major market events that resulted in a significant drawdown, then you won't have experienced that, but perhaps think that that may happen again in light of current market circumstances. So that's an example about what I mean about preparing for something that may happen. So that's view one from a problem-solving approach. But the areas you wish to develop and the trading performance that you wish to have is not just based on problems. Because not everything that you'll have done will be areas for development. So another way of viewing this is looking at the things that you've done well. So what victories have you had in past performance and so want to repeat again? And what victories are you having now, looking at the trading that you've done over the last few weeks? And that you want to really maximize these, really sort of smooth off those rough edges to really make sure that you maximize the profit potential and keep those losses extra small. And of course, what victories could you have in the future if you do some more learning, if you put some more systems in place? So what do I have to do now to make them happen when things occur in the future? So there's a couple of different viewpoints in order to help you identify some things that you could be working on. Once you've got that list of things that you could be working on, then we need to put some priority on it. So which problem solved will serve my trading most is probably the most powerful question that you can ask. And this can be defined in two ways. And which works for you is purely individual. Much of it comes back to your perception of risk, which is another story for another session. You could look at it in terms of the positive difference it'll make, or what will happen, the likely result, the impact on your capital, the impact on your trading purpose if you don't solve it. So that's the key question that you need to be asking. Unfortunately, what happens is people tend to prioritize based on two things. First of all, which problem is easiest to fix? And secondly, which problem will take the least time to fix? So it's simplicity or it's the shortness of time that seems to be the driver for many people when they're looking at development. That obviously isn't the best way to go. So delete those two from your repertoire. So let's look at a problem-solving process. If we had identified something that we do feel that we want to work on, that we want to grow with, that is going to contribute well, is going to serve you to the maximum in becoming the trader that you can be, here's your 1, 2, 3, 4 of how to tackle that. First of all, you need a clear definition of the problem. So get down to the root. Ask yourself the reason why things are happening is often a great way to get down to the root cause. What market or personal circumstances are contributing to this problem? So for example, if you have a problem exiting some trades, markets. It may not be in every market circumstance. It may be when the market is particularly volatile that you perhaps let stop losses run a little bit. It might be that you haven't got the knowledge that you need to feel comfortable and confident about trading a particular strategy. Or it might be that you just don't know how to do it. You like the idea perhaps of developing a trading journal, but don't have a system to actually put it in place. So your gap that you're trying to fix can be a knowledge gap, a system gap. You may not have the system in place, the how to do it, or it may be a discipline issue, the execution, the ability to follow through. So your potential solutions are usually one of four things. First of all, it could be some extra learning you need to do. Secondly, it could be, as previously indicated, the systems that you need to put in place. Thirdly, it could be that you need to learn a new strategy. An example of this, if you've got a volatile, range-bound market, there are at least two strategies, if you're an options trader, that you can use to take advantage of that. However, if you haven't learned those strategies, if you're not competent, if you haven't got a trading plan to actually trade them, then you're never going to put them in place. Or it could be, if you have an execution, discipline, follow-through issue, the potential solution is behavioural. Now, just a word on discipline. Discipline is a learned skill. It's not a case of switching it on and switching it off. It's not that easy. You need to learn how to become more disciplined if you have an execution problem. Okay, and the fourth issue is obvious. Create a plan to tackle a problem and follow through on it. So when we talk about creating a plan, we're talking about identifying the stages that you need to put in place to do it, the time that you're committing to have achieved each of those particular stages, and any resources that you'll need to make it happen for you. And that may be resources in using an educator or a course or some coaching, or it may be a book you've got to read. Okay, so there's the process that you can work through. Having seen this, like everything that I like to put up there, make sure you take some action on this. In order to help you get to where you want to be with it, the first thing I want you to do is write yourself a bullet point list of the trader that you want to be in 1 year from now. So what will you be trading? How much capital will you have in the market? How much income, if you're an income investor, how much income will you be taking out? What markets are you going to be trading? And of course, what you're going to do with your money. How closer are you going to get to that purpose, the reason for you actually trading in the first place? The second stage is to look at what your plan is for the quarter ahead. What outcomes would you like to have achieved, taking you towards that trader you want to be in the next 3 months? And then, of course, as I've indicated before, you need a plan to actually make that happen. So identify the issue, the resources needed, and the actions you need to take, and date them to give you the best chance of following through. So there you go. I hope that's been an interesting and useful brief overview of what you can do to take your trading development for the next level. Now, of course, as I said before, I want you to take some action. My name's Mike Smith. Fantastic that you've invested the time to look at this. It means you are serious about your trading if you're taking some time to look at how to develop further. And of course, you know where we are if you need to talk to us about anything. So good luck, take some actions, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.